Okay. Yo, let me go back up here and see who was in the motherfucking house early. The real Aaron Collins. What's up, Black Lion? What up, Aaron McKenzie? What is up, King Mentality? What is up, Rant Radio? You already know what it is, man. What is up, Miss Murphy? What's up? Let me put the word out. Y'all know what it is. You can get the word out. Give people a little more time because this is a new channel. Exactly why I walk alone. Sad to carry different youngsters in the name when you grow. Home of the bravest living. No favoritism in this dangerous living. Niggas switch up every day. Playing position. This is only for the culture. The cushion keep my shit on neutral. Hoping the bones with Earl. Okay. Supposed to rolling everybody over. Feel like I'm hosting. Shooting the reason. You niggas stuck. What's up, Van Shoes? Brother Dylan. What is up, Jazzy Nubian, Vanita, Renee? Okay, y'all. I ain't gonna turn my music down yet. I'm away. I'm away. What the fuck? Me time like me now, maybe later. You got a too shady nature, school facing nature. I'm gonna raise a paper. Okay. For all your thought, few names I break them. I know that BS wants my company. All these fake niggas amongst me. Lucky me. What is up, Black Soldier? Black Soldier. What is up? They trying to hold me back, y'all. They trying. Let me pause this. Make sure we good. Okay. Can y'all hear me good? No, this is not a private stream. This is where I'm having to stream now because YouTube allowed 2 of my videos to be flagged on my main channel. And so now I'm having to stream from this channel just because I don't want these bitch ass motherfuckers to be able to hold me back. So a lot of people don't know that we over here, but I am here still getting it in for all the people who actually want to listen to me and what I have to say. Let me go and put what I need to put is the link to. I need to put the link to my other. I'll put it in the description box after the video. I'll put it in the description box after the video as to where you guys can come sub to my other pages. Actually, if you just want to do a search of, I got a page called Breaker of Chains, and then I have this page. So, you know, somebody saying they can't hear or see. Somebody saying they can't hear or see. Okay, you got it. You good now? Make sure everybody good. I know we fresh, we new over here. Okay. Okay. But yeah, if y'all could search for the, if you're over here, sub to this channel because I'll be doing my live streams from here. I'll be putting videos up on a channel also called Breaker of Chains. If you get a chance to, I'll put those links in the description box once this video, once the live stream is over. We'll get into it. If y'all can see my shirt and understand what's going on, we will be talking about savages. What's up, Cynthia? Mad love to Cynthia for getting some of her people to come over here and check a brother out. But we'll be talking about this savagery. We're going to start out in California. I just got wind of this story today, earlier today. I'm not going to say the bitch ass motherfucker's name. I refuse to say his name. I'll call him a white man. Okay. A white man decided that he was going to wake up, murder his wife, murder his neighbors, and then continue on to go on what they're calling a rampage, killing random people and ending up at an elementary school. Luckily, the casualties weren't heavy at the elementary school because the school went into lockdown as soon as they saw that crazy motherfucker. And this goes into the mindset of please be aware, people. If nothing else, be aware of your surroundings. If you see a crazy motherfucker, respond, react like the motherfucker's crazy. Typically, they say the school, elementary school protocol is for them to see somebody crazy, call law enforcement up, explain the situation, and then at that point, that's when they locked the school down. But the school was like, fuck that. We're going to lock it down now. Now, still, this crazy motherfucker ran his car through the gates, shot up the windows and shit. He wounded one child, and the other kids sustained injuries based on the broken glass because he was out there going ham. This is what the fuck they're doing out here as they continue to ignore these weekly events and these white men are carrying out their fucking savagery. Every week, white men are snapping and shooting up random ass people. Now, he killed his wife. She wasn't random. And his sister actually, she interviewed and said that he has had a history of mental illness. She said he was the type of person that shouldn't even have a gun. At this point, it's kind of like, well, you need to be looking at all these white men that way, not just your brother, but you need to understand this is the pathology of the people that they're continuing to ignore. Continuing to ignore while they continue to criminalize the image of the black man, the black woman, and the black child. They're continuing to criminalize our holy trinity. The image of black people still continuing to be, while they ignore their own, while their own is out here going on fucking rampages. Now, this motherfucker is dead now. I want to say he killed a total of 4 people. I want to say it was 4 people and wounded 10. He killed 4 people. Yeah, it says he killed 4 people and wounded 10 people. No mention of white on white crime from the national, news, the would-be news. No mention of white on white crime. They're still going to continue to ignore their own people's pathology. But it's costing them by doing this. By continuing to ignore their own, it's costing them. So I'm not going to get on here now. I do believe that I'm happy that he didn't go ham on those kids at that school. He wasn't able to, because they said if the school wouldn't have locked it down, he would have went in there and went full-blown ham. Why the fuck are you targeting a school? I don't understand. These motherfuckers target innocent people. Innocent, unarmed people is who they run up. They run up in churches shooting them down. They shooting at people at concerts. Shooting at people up in Walmart. Shooting at random people just around up to a goddamn school. People that can't even, defend themselves. These fucking cowards with assault rifles. And apparently they have mental problems. When are we going to deal? When are they going to connect this with their history? How much longer is this racist ass society going to allow this to occur? Because it's costing them their people. But they're not giving a fuck. They're not giving a fuck that this is happening. Y'all listen. I can't say that I have any real sympathy because, again, they're ignoring their own people. I'm happy them kids didn't get hurt. I'm happy about that. There was minimum casualties at the school. But they're ignoring their own pathology, in which case, how come I can't really foster up any care in my heart because you telling me that black men are the criminals of the society. Black women are the criminals of society, and so are black children. White folk been crazy for a long time. They've been lying about they crazy for a long time, ignoring their crazy for a long time. Straight up cognitive dissonance. That's all it is to it. And it continues to cost them every fucking week. And they still won't call them terrorists. Still want to look for black people who identify with being black. This is the problem right here. Not the crazy motherfucker that's going on a fucking rampage against his own people. Because they're still not coming down to the hood. How long are they going to continue to ignore that shit? I've been seeing a lot of people. I've been reading a lot of posts about black people and where we fall in this society as to our responsibility for the society being fucked up towards black people. The fact that this media has been on a decades-long, centuries-long even, smearing campaign of the black image will pretend, or this society will act like it's our fault. And you'll have other people that will jump in and act like it's our fault. You know what they say to black folk? Y'all black folk ain't voting. This is why y'all continue to suffer out here in this society. Not the fact that it's ran by fucking savages. That has nothing to do with it. Black folk aren't voting. This is what you'll hear. You even hear other black folks say it. Well, if you want things to change, you'll vote. Whether it be on a state level or a presidential level, black people, it's your fault you are facing this type of subjugation, this type of racism, this system of white supremacy, because you're not going to vote. This election period, there were a lot of black people appointed into, I guess would be into the political arena. There were a lot of black people appointed into the political arena. Black people are still shaming black people. We got black people in place, right? And we're continuing to say this to black people, that we need to be voting. We need to be voting. We need to be voting. Your ancestors died for the right to vote. But why the fuck must I vote in order for you to not be racist, in order for you to not oppress people, in order for you to put people's lives over money? What the fuck would my vote? How is my vote going to change this system? How is putting black pieces, black players in positions going to change this system? But this is the type of shit that we continue to say to each other. That if you don't vote, it's your motherfucking fault. Your ancestors didn't die for the right to vote. They died because white motherfuckers are savages, and they have been historically. That's why your ancestors were dying. Not for the right to vote, because that should just come with being a human being. The fact that your ancestors had to go through that to get the quote-unquote right to vote. The fact that they even had to go through that is because they were in a situation where everything around them, everybody around them is fucking savage. And that still hasn't been dealt with. Come the Voting Rights Act of 1965. People still running to the polls to vote. Black people being pressured and even humiliated into going to vote. And if you don't vote, then you're going to basically have, it's your own fault that you're going through what you're going through. No, it's the system of white supremacy's fault, because I shouldn't be treated like this. It doesn't matter whether I go down to the polls or not. And if you vote a black person into office, that's not going to change anything. That's been proven countless times. Got all these black folk around here now. How much you want to bet, no matter, even if you have your black police chiefs, you have your black lawyers, you have your black judges, you have your black prosecutors, and still the number of black men in prison is staggering. The amount of, or the times that white cops get off for all types of shit. We're going to segue into another story here in a second about these cops. We're going to, these black people still have to bow down to the system that they walked into. You're not going to walk in my house and change my house. We're still trying to work through this system. And black people, even these so-called conscious black people, the pro-black black people, are telling black people, you're going to make your difference down there at the polls. You think if voting had power, you would be able to do it? Do you believe that? Do you trust this government that much? Because that's really what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to the fact of asking yourself, do you trust this government so much, absolutely, that you believe they would give you the power to vote if voting fucking matters? They give people the illusion of power. The illusion of democracy is what we have going on out here. These cops still gonna get off. You'll still have white folk running around here rampaging, terrorizing the entire fucking nation, not being addressed at all. And you'll still have these bitch ass cops out here doing whatever the fuck they want to do. Doesn't matter how many black people go vote. Doesn't matter how many black pieces we have in their system. It doesn't matter. It hasn't changed anything. But you'll still have black people, pro-black people, would be conscious people telling black people they need to get down into the polls. Oh, it matters on a local level, a state level. How? When? Where's the evidence of this? Because when you ask for evidence, you don't really see any evidence that things are different if you vote on a state level or local level. Because cops still getting off. Those prisons are still full of black folk. Doesn't matter. Charlotte has its first black female either mayor or governor. Let me not question it. Let me look it up, because I want to say it's mayor or governor, but I don't want to be wrong. We had all types of Charlotte elects its first female African-American mayor. So the first black woman mayor. Actually, this woman, my mom came and told me a story about this woman. This woman apparently was up at my mom's shops and they had some rapport, some type of conversation. My mama told her she needed to, she wanted to do her hair and shit like that. But it says here, Lyles, her name is, let me make sure I get her name right. It's just saying Lyles. I'm not saying her full name. So I'll go with Lyles. Lyles won 58% of the votes over Republican challenger Kenny Smith. Now, black people voted for her, Miss Lyles. Black people voted. They went down to the polls. They got the Republican out, got a Democrat mayor in. Still, I bet money black men will be continuing to fill the prisons up. Black men will continue to have cops in their areas looking to arrest black men for all types of dumbass reasons. And if a Jonathan Ferrell, the story that happened here in Charlotte, North Carolina, cop shot Jonathan Ferrell, got off with a mistrial. I bet money it wouldn't have mattered that if the mayor was black, that still would have happened. Doesn't matter. And this is not me being cynical. This is not me being on some conspiracy theory shit. This is me paying attention to reality, paying attention to the amount of people who shame black people into running down the vote because it's your fault you're in a system of white supremacy, like you built this motherfucker. Like it's your responsibility to vote your way out of it. I'll watch people be shamed. Let's go out to Los Angeles. A lot of shit going on in California. Let's talk about this motherfucking cop. Headline reads, LAPD officer pulls from field after apparent drug planning caught on body cam. I hate when they use these types of words. Listen to how they worded this shit. A body camera video that allegedly shows a Los Angeles police officer planting drugs on a suspect, a black suspect. They didn't put that in there. I'll let y'all know. Black suspect. Says is by itself inconclusive. LAPD Chief Charlie Beck said Tuesday. Now, what they're trying to do already is put the shadow of a doubt in your mind that, well, maybe things weren't what they seemed. Cops have been planting drugs on black men forever. Forever. Because, once they decided that black men were the, drug kingpins of the fucking world, of the free world, they still doing the, accusing random black men for raping white women. But this planting drugs, they can't come really just lay a white bitch on a motherfucker, They can't lay a raped white bitch on black men. So they found a quicker way. And this is before body cams even came out. They would put drugs on. Oh, shit. Look at what we got here. You've seen this shit. These motherfuckers. And they continue to wake up every day. Black folks still praying for God to get them off their back, White cops, even black cops, crooked cops, bullshit ass cops, fucked up ass cops have been setting black men up, black people up since the beginning. Then caught on camera. They say it's inconclusive. This is the type of shit they try to tell us even when you have it on camera. Allegedly. That's almost like, we're going to go out to, hold on, let me pull this story up too. Again, do you think it would matter if the police chief was black? He would say the same fucking thing. Y'all's boy, coon of the year, what the coon of the year? Sheriff, goddamn Clark, the motherfucker from Milwaukee. black, face, right? Black. Still a goddamn coon, still has the power to have his police force target black men. Let me look up this story real quick. And this is what we're dealing with. This is what we need to vote our way out of. Vote our way out of these savage ass white men running around going ham. Vote our way out of these policies, even though we got black folk out here. Let me read y'all this story. This is what we got to vote our way out of. Let me show y'all. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Some of y'all done heard about what happened in Texas. We'll talk about this for a second here and just deal with this. This is what we need to be voting our way out of. Says body found hanging from tree in South Dallas. We up in Texas right now. Ruled a suicide. A body of a 30-year-old man, black, was found hanging from a tree Thursday in South Dallas. The man's death was ruled. God damn it. Y'all motherfuckers in these goddamn advertisements. Hold on, let me get back. Said the man's death was ruled a suicide by the medical examiner's office, police said Saturday. Now, how do you vote your way out of every single fucking hanging black man is ruled as suicide? Who you voting for? Who you voting for to save you from that? I want y'all to stop letting people shame you into not being a part of this fucking political theater, because that's all it is. It's a goddamn, it's a show. Don't continue to let people shame you into not being a part of this bullshit. Black man found hanging. Oh, he committed suicide. He was all depressed ass motherfucker. Because that's how black folk commit suicide. We always hanging ourselves up from trees. Who you voting for? Cops out here planting drugs on people, allegedly, so they're going to try to get them off. We already know that. Cops planting drugs, white folk going crazy over here in fucking California. A man's body found hanging in Texas. Who you voting for? What's up, Golden Black? She said she's not getting notifications. A lot of people tell me they're not getting notifications. And y'all know they on that bullshit. They're trying to hold me the fuck back, y'all. They trying. Because I'm shaking black people like this now. At this point, I'm shaking the fuck out of black people. Just dumping water on their fucking face to wake them up. And they can't have that. They can't have that. We continue to, we're not looking at things that work for black people. Okay? We're looking at trying to appeal to the sensibility of politicians. We're trying to appeal to the sensibility of the system. That's not working. But we're continuing to do that. Well, maybe if we get a black governor, things will change. No, you've had black governors. The one thing that black people continue to refuse to do is unite. Love each other, love yourself, and unite. The one thing black people ain't doing. We have all these other methods for this would-be revolution. Black folk won't unite on no knowledge. Black folk running around screaming, free Meek Mill. This is what black folk doing right now. Free Meek Mill. Black judge put him in there. But free Meek Mill. Black judge, though. Remember? I thought black people matter in these political arenas. Doesn't matter. Period. But free Meek Mill, though. This is the campaign that's running right now. Not free the millions of black men that get funneled into this bullshit ass system. Millions of black men sitting in prison that are innocent men. Not free any of these people. Why are we not running head first and saying, fuck your system? We don't believe in it. Not voting. What is voting going to do about private prisons? Even on your state levels, even in the states that have private prisons, what is voting going to do about that? Nothing. What's voting going to do about the fact that you can't go to a bank and get a fucking business loan because the bank is white owned and they ain't fucking with you like that? What's voting going to do about that? Stop letting people shame you into voting when you know damn well the shit don't make no goddamn sense. A lot of black people will do that. A lot of black people will do that. And they'll tell me I'm tripping. Call me cynical and all types of shit. Understand the situation that we're in, y'all. And there's no way we about to go at this system. By putting ourselves into this system, there's no way, nothing we're about to do by infusing ourselves into no white supremacy. It's not going to happen. And if we continue to try this shit, I'm going to die and we'll still be doing the same shit. The same tactics that we use, we're doing the same exact shit. Because we're not making sure that the generations that come after us are better off, that they have more knowledge than we do. They have way more pride than we do. Because right now we're a prideless people. And a prideless people, you know what they'll do? They'll go into or try to get into a fucking system and make white people love them and make white people write laws for them. That's what they'll do. Please, please see me as human. Please. That's what a prideless people is going to do. And that's what we're continuing to do. And I'm so, I don't want to say that I don't, because of course I still have hope. But if we continue these same practices, if we continue to shame each other into voting, not only at a state level, local levels, not saying that shit's not important, your school board members and all that shit. I'm not telling you not to go do it, but understand that no matter where you are, no matter who you voting for, you black or indigenous, whatever, you're black. So you're going to deal with certain situations that nobody else in the fucking country has to deal with but you. No matter what type of voting you do, because the system wasn't set up to protect you. It's funny how we'll say that this system isn't broken. It was never set up to protect you, but we still keep trying to infuse ourselves into it. Like, it's almost like we can't really, like, you can't say this. You said this. This system wasn't set up to protect you, black man. They wrote you as to 3/5 a man in the Constitution. Black man. Go vote. Like, wait, what? Wait a minute. What the fuck? You gotta vote, man. That's how you gonna change the system. It's your fault your water poisonous. It's your fault they spraying fucking chemtrails in the goddamn sky. That's your fault. You didn't vote. You can't even talk about that. You didn't vote. It's your fault that big pharma's running around out here killing all these goddamn holistic doctors. Let's talk about that next. This is your fault. Even though this is a white lady. Says here, 77th holistic doctor shot dead in her Arizona home with her entire family. It's your fault that they running around, big farm, running around here keeping y'all on medications, the same reason that weed is still legal to this fucking day. This is your fault because you didn't vote. Not the fact that the system that would do this is savage. Doesn't make any sense. It's savagery. You shouldn't have to vote for people to be right, for people to be fucking humane. You got to vote. Like, that's disgusting that we believe that. 77th. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. I'm going to read an excerpt here from her story. It says, Dr. Annie Fairbanks, a holistic doctor practicing out of Arizona, was shot dead in her home with husband Jason Fairbanks, 3-year-old daughter, and 9-month-old son. This makes the 77th holistic doctor to have been found dead this way over the past couple years. Sergeant Ben Holster, a spokesman for the Scottsdale Police Department, stated that the police do not believe any other parties are involved. This essentially means there are no suspects, and that this will likely be, or this is likely a murder-suicide. Now, y'all telling me this is what I'm supposed to believe. Same thing again. I believe they murdered Dr. Sebi. Okay, I do believe that. But when you look at the list of these holistic doctors that are being killed, their murders are never solved. Nothing ever comes of the cases. And again, this don't matter. This is a white family. Now, I'm not saying the husband, the white men are crazy as fuck. So maybe murder, suicide, maybe. But every single holistic doctor that's murdered know nothing. Doesn't matter whether they're black, white, doesn't matter what they are, what race they are, know nothing. It's my fault this is happening because I didn't vote? Is that what it is? This type of bullshit is going on out here. Big Pharma out here not wanting to have their pockets touched because making billions ain't enough. It's not enough. All these holistic doctors have been found dead. This ain't no fucking conspiracy theory. This is not something I'm pulling out of my ass. This is really happening out here. White folk will even kill that. What the fuck? Hold on. God damn, that shit. Where the fuck that shit come from? Let me close some of this shit out. Maybe I got some shit open that ain't. You can't yell at me like that, goddamn it. So the reason these holistic doctors are dying is that I didn't vote. The reason black men are being found hanged in trees in Texas is because I didn't vote. The reason that cops are continuing to get away with bullshit, planting drugs on black men, killing people, all willy-nilly. I didn't vote, so that's my fault. The fact that this whole country puts money over every goddamn body, that's my fault. Because I didn't vote. Schools being fucked up, especially inner city schools, where you have the school to prison pipeline. That's my fault because I didn't vote. That's your fault because you didn't vote. You need to go down there to the town hall meetings and shit is what they'll tell black folk. This shit's fucked up. As they're continuing to run around out here being savage and justifying it by blaming the people. And you'll even have other black people that say the same shit to you. There's this popular chick on Instagram. God, I don't know her damn name. I want to say something to Mia. I don't know her fucking name. It's supposed to be some type of black activist woman. She goes on there. She says, and she put a meme up that says, well, y'all talking about free McMeals, but y'all wasn't out at the polls voting. It's a black woman, supposed to be a popular black woman, give speeches for black people, love black people, but continues to shame her own people like that has something to do with this. Their savagery is not directly connected to our ability to vote, whether we vote or not. It has nothing to do with that because if you go prior to us voting, them bitches been savage. This government been fucked up prior to the Voting Rights Act of 1965. After the Voting Rights Act of 1965, it's still fucked up. Still. White-owned media controlling the narrative of shit like what happened in California with this white man going on a fucking would-be rampage. Do I need to vote to change that? Do I need to vote? The show, well, these motherfuckers are clearly savage and ain't nobody really talking about this shit. White on white crime is a real thing. Nobody's really talking about it. Do I need to vote about that? Like, come on, man. This shit's killing me. This shit is killing me. The fact that we're shamed trying to make a system be humane. A system should care about kids, should care about the school conditions at the school. That should be automatic. That should be a humane thing. This is a Christian nation. That's what this is. These motherfuckers supposed to be following Jesus. This is what they're telling you. But we still, all this is going on. Black people still being oppressed. This is a Christian nation, but it's money over every goddamn thing. Why would a school be bad? How is that possible in a Christian nation? How are people hungry? I don't get it. I don't get it, but it's explained to me that it's our fault. It's black folks' fault because y'all ain't voting. And y'all keep letting them shame y'all this way. This good Christian nation. I should have brought me some fucking water in here. Marcel Amen Hotep said it's a satanic Zionist nation. That's too many words to me to call a capitalistic racist nation. I'd rather just do that because Satan ain't real. So I'm not about to do that with him either. Money over everything. That's the type nation this is. And black people are continuing to be shamed into voting. You have other black people co-signing voting. These are supposedly smart black people. But I would want to know how we, how we get to this point where we're shaming our own people about voting when we know how the system is set up, or at least you're supposed to. If you're calling yourself a conscious black person, you're supposed to know how the system is set up. Black Butterfly says, how can it be our fault when we aren't the majority of this country? That doesn't make any sense. People love using numbers and stats, but can't understand the basic law of numbers. Well, they say majority rules in a democracy. And if that's the case, and that's why what's happening is always happening, because majority is these white, sick motherfuckers. So that's what's going on out here. That's what's going on out here. Right. I know religion is a tough subject for our people, but we have to look at even beyond the religion, look at the guys, look at the mask, look at the games that are played in the name of religion. This is a Christian nation. In God we trust. That's what they're saying. The hypocrisy is staggering and disgusting. But this is the moniker in which we, in God we trust. While all this bullshit is going on and people in position to change this bullshit, but it's not changing. Because motherfuckers aren't being humane. It should take nothing but to be humane. I'm not in a position where I'm a governor, mayor, president, or anything like that, but I wouldn't have to, ain't no voting on it. Like, what the fuck you gotta vote for? Just do what's right. That can't happen with the people we have in power because they're not trying to do what's right. They're trying to push off their racist mentality and their capitalistic mentality. That's it. That is it. But these are the people that we supposed to go vote for. And by the time they get in there, they ain't gonna do shit. They're not gonna do a goddamn thing to help people. It should be a matter of humanity that people not be in situations that's fucked up. Right, right. Ms. Murphy, you're absolutely right. Cash rules everything around me. That's the mentality. Sharita J says, right. Where is morality? It doesn't exist. Because let me tell you how crazy and tricky this system is. They want you to be moral. You poor, working class, average citizen, you're supposed to be moral. You're supposed to be the one that's upstanding, an upstanding citizen, a model citizen. That's your job. These motherfuckers pulling the strings don't have to worry about that. They don't have to worry about morality because they're worried about getting money. And we haven't realized yet how much energy we give to it, how much power we give to this system by being a part of it and working into it. By black people telling black people to go vote. Well, that's you plugging in. We are plugged into this system in every way, and we refuse to pull the plug back. We will not unplug from this bullshit. We refuse. We refuse to do things that we can do to make the quality of the next generation better. To make sure they're not a proudless people coming up underneath us. We refuse to do that. We refuse to even make them aware of this information. We don't even want to talk about this shit. I was talking to a motherfucker about some shit, man. That motherfucker saying, man, that's too heavy. Now, what you mean heavy? Like, I don't understand black folk when what you mean? Like, current events and things that's going on out here, that's too heavy for you? What you want to talk about then? What you mean? That's too heavy. That's too much. Like, almost like it weighs the black mind down to deal with this reality. But as we continue to ignore it, as we continue to watch, I guess shit to entertain us, all types of would-be funny shit, that's too heavy? This is the situation that you in. That's the situation that you're in. How is that too heavy when that's life? Like, I don't understand. Queen Beetle Bug says, Rob, do you think we Kaepernick too much sign? Oh, shit. Okay. I'm going to read what I think you're trying to say. Rob, do you think we giving Kaepernick too much shine? I mean, I personally, I do, because, and it's not like I have anything against Kaepernick. He got the cover of GQ magazine and shit like that. But, it's like people been doing what he did. People have been speaking out for a long time. You know what I'm saying? They may not be athletes or anything like that, but they've been doing that for a long time. Like, Kaepernick had fame to go with him already. You see what I'm saying? He's already established. Kaepernick didn't come out and lead me. Like, I didn't see him do what he did, and that did something for me. I think he did something for other people, possibly some of these kids, maybe do something for them to show them that, you can stand up for what you believe in, regardless of who don't like it. So I think that he is just a piece, and the way they're putting him up is almost like all the way up here. I think that's a little bit too far. He's just a piece of what people been talking about for decades, for centuries even. I think he's just a little piece of it. But people are hoisting him up right now. They got Kaepernick up on their shoulders like he the only person that ever said anything, only ever did anything, only person that ever said, well, these cops is fucked up. And that flag is some bullshit. Rant Radio, you're absolutely right. Says something's weird about Kaepernick thing now, man. He can't get a job or anything, but he's making magazine money and TV shows, getting ratings. He also had a book deal, too. He got a couple $1 million for. He also got a book deal people paying millions of dollars for. So it depends on how you look at it. Again, he's not my hero. You don't see me with pictures of Kaepernick. If I'm going to talk about Kaepernick, and the times I've talked about Kaepernick, it's been to deal with the American hypocrisy. It's not necessarily about him, because I didn't need that. I was already about this life. But we'll see how it plays out, because I don't know. I do not know what the end game is for Kaepernick or what the situation is for him. But I know that he's not my hero. I didn't need him. I've been talking about this shit. So, Queen Missouri says Kaepernick lost his job, millions of dollars. People ain't doing that every day. They're not doing it every day. I can attest to that. These athletes aren't willing to do that. He's one of the few ones that was willing to do that. He is one of the few ones. So I'll give him credit for that. Again, I'll give him credit for that, but I don't know as to if I didn't need him to be a light for me. That may be something that somebody else needed for themselves, and that's fine. I'm not going to, hate on the motherfucker at all. Regardless, you still got all the other players that they're not boycotting, they're not playing. So this racist ass white supremacist system don't give a fuck. So they're gonna keep rolling regardless. They're gonna keep rolling regardless. Right. A lot of y'all saying Malcolm X's name. That's what I'm saying. Like, man, you can listen to Malcolm X to this day. 2017, you can go listen to that brother, and he been on that life. He been about that life. He been about that life. So it just, I didn't need Kaepernick. Muhammad Ali was before him. I'm actually, when he did his cover in GQ magazine, he was mimicking, Muhammad Ali. So, you know, it just, if you needed that, if that helped you, if that helped this generation of, or woke up some black kids, and I'm all for it. Oh, mad respect, Miss Murphy, mad love to you for that. She says, you're someone's hero, Robert. I can only hope. I can only hope that somebody fuck with me. The real Aaron Collins says the question is, what are black people going to do now because we're still being oppressed? Black people ain't going to do shit. We just talked about this last week. To have an action take place, I'll try to break it down best I can. Okay? In order for you to clap your hands like this, you have to decide that's something you want to do. People ain't running around here not controlling their hand gestures, hand claps. You have to want to do this first. You make a decision here. Oh, shit. That's what you do. Okay? You have to make a decision here first to do this. That's the same situation black folk in. Black people have not made the decision to go to the next level. Black people haven't made the decision to pass down knowledge to our kids. Black people haven't made the decision to empower ourselves, love ourselves, stop hating ourselves. Black people haven't made that decision. Until that decision is made, nothing is happening for black people. But people like me trying. That's it. That's all that's happening for black folk. Because we haven't decided in our minds that we tired of this bullshit. We want to change that. We want to change the mentality of black people. And until that happens, we're done. We're done. That's all it is to it. I'll be trying to educate the kids, in particular, the kids. But you have people who dedicate their whole lives to where the state of mind that black people in. Some of y'all talking about Joy DeGruer, Francis Cress Welsing. You have all types of greats out here that did it. And you can look at the fact that they dedicated their lives to that, and black people sitting around, where do we go now? What are we supposed to do? Well, you got the blueprint already. You just haven't decided that it's worth it to you. You too scared. You don't want white folk to think you racist. You too scared. So as long as you're scared to bond with your people, you're learning to worship a religion. You're learning to love a deity, whether it be Jesus, goddamn Muhammad. You're taught to love these deities, to love these, stories, these fairy tales. We're not teaching our people to love each other and worship each other. And until this happens, until somebody gets our kids and makes this happen, we're stuck. We're here. We're wasting the life of people like Dr. Welsing. We're wasting those people's time. We're wasting their life. Joy DeGruer, Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, the whole entire Black Panther Party, Marcus Garvey, Harriet Tubman even. I mean, we can go all the way back. It was motherfuckers that didn't want to leave that plantation. Like, until the minds change, we gonna be here. I saw black people. This is how I know. Let me tell you what I know about black folk. I'm on Instagram earlier. And, you see a lot of things on Instagram. Black people are more turned up, more excited about the fact that, is it Tiana Taylor and Shepard, her husband? They more excited about them having a fucking reality show than they are anything else. Black folk don't care. These are the people you're trying to encourage. These are the people whose minds you're trying to tap into. And we keep passing down ignorance. That's why you can go back to Malcolm X talking in black and white, and you can look at the generations, and we passing this ignorant down, and our kids right now don't want to do nothing but follow celebrities around and look at dumbass reality shows. That's passed down. And we're still passing it down. Nothing's going to change for black people. There is no what do we do? Where do we go? There is no such thing. These questions need to stop being asked. How do you change the mind of black people is the only question that should be asked. Every other question is irrelevant. Every other question is pointless. Every other question is somebody trying to sound like they got the facts and sound like they got the way, but ain't nobody trying to do this. tap into the mind of black people to make these actions become realities. That's it. Ain't nobody want to do that work. Motherfuckers want to go straight to do. You can't go to do without the mind first. You just can't. Black people are suffering. I told you I was talking to a black man about some of the shit that's going on out here in the news. That motherfucker says it's too heavy. What you gonna do with him? You want to talk to him about building black businesses or shopping black? You can't talk to him about that. This motherfucker thinks the fact that his people, what he's going through, the history of his people, that's too much. People don't want to teach their kids about the reality of what's going on out here because they don't want them to lose their innocence. We just got through celebrating Halloween for that, for kids not to lose their innocence. You can't do nothing with that because our minds is fucked. Can't do shit with that. We can't do anything until the minds of the people change. That is it. That is all you can do. And then once the minds of the people change, then we can implement some of these policies, some of these ideas, some of this action that y'all keep talking about, that y'all keep asking about. That doesn't matter right now because the minds of the people is fucked. Some of y'all got coons in your family right now. Some of y'all engaged to coons, married to coons, laying down with coons. You having these little micro mini coons. You don't care. You don't want to teach them anything, any pride. We're still a proudless people. That's the state of mind that black people have that's not changing. And until that changes, we won't be doing anything. We won't be doing anything. Understand that. Black folk want to watch reality shows and Tyler Perry movies. I think Medea made some Boo 2 or some shit like that. That's what black folk is into. This is where black folk are. What you gonna do with those people? You tell me. Because y'all be asking me what the next movie is, and I always tell y'all, ain't no point in talking about the next movie. Tell me what you do with these people. I'll be reading. I'll give y'all some time. What do you do with people who get excited, who support reality fucking TV, all these dumbass celebrities, and waiting on a fucking Medea movie to drop? What do you do? Y'all tell me. CW says, how do we build? I'm not answering that question. You tell me how. Because I'm tired of answering the fucking question. It's bothering me to answer this question over and over again. You tell me. What do we do? It's about 15 to 20 unapologetic, prideful black people out here. What do you do with the millions of black people who don't give a fuck? With the millions of black people who believe that Barack Obama was going to save them, still sucking Barack Obama's dick right now. Got it in their mouth right now. Michelle can't even get to it because y'all niggas on it so hard. Still. What do you do with the mind of a people who believes in this? Like, what do you do with those people? How you build with those people? You tell me. These niggas still believe in Obama. That's my president. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. He actually wasn't your president. He was their president, actually. And when I say their, I'm not even talking about white folk. I'm talking about the elitist. He was their president, not yours. They still follow him around right now. These are the minds of the people that you trying to... What you gonna do? What you gonna do with these motherfuckers? And you know what they teaching their kids? To idolize Obama. Not the idea, not teaching your child about, well, here's why Obama was elected. Here's why he was sent. Here's what he's doing. Here's what this system has always done to black people. Put blackface in front of you while they pulling the motherfucking strings behind you. No. That's not the lesson black kids getting. Look at Obama. You can be president one day. Look at his wife. You know, no knowledge, no reality, just a figurehead, a symbol. And black people still honoring him. The greats before he was even out here, Malcolm X done talk to y'all about this shit. He done talk to y'all about these black politicians. So many great black scholars, master teachers, they told y'all. Don't nobody care. Now you're gonna pass the illusion down to your children. Because that's all we know how to do. Is pass down bullshit to our kids. So they can come up believing the system is fair. You know, I've had too many people give me that. Oh, well, look at this. You got a black president. The system is fair. It's black folk that believe that. It's black folk right now that's mad that Donald Trump the president. You understand that? You understand how sick that is? They mad that Donald Trump is the president. Not mad at the fact that no matter what president is in there, they don't give a fuck about you. They just mad at Trump in there. If Hillary would have been in there, they'd be happy. Hillary, who supported Margaret Sanger, actually gave an honor to Margaret Sanger, founder, eugenicist, founder of Planned Parenthood. Hillary Clinton looked up to her. Black folk mad at Trump in there. I'm telling you, it's so deep. The sickness is so fucking deep. And black people will argue you up and down that you tripping. I argue with black people all the time. I told y'all, black people are my biggest adversaries. I ain't speaking nothing but the fucking truth. And black people are my biggest adversaries. What do you do with that? What you do? Like, what do you do with this type of bullshit? These are the minds of black people. This is what's going on over here. This is what's going on out here in this world. So while y'all talking about, you know, shaming black people into voting, which is bullshit, anybody you see doing that, please drop some knowledge on. Don't let them shame you. Don't let them shame you. Because it doesn't fucking matter whether black people run to the fucking polls. We'll still be mistreated because we haven't decided that that's bullshit. Because we're not instilling pride into our children. We're not instilling pride into ourselves. So it don't matter who you vote for because y'all ain't voted for yourself yet. Vote for you. God damn it. If you're going to do anything, vote for yourself. Find your pride within you. That's what we have to do. And when this little number that we have becomes a bigger number and it's more getting out there, I think that's when change is going to happen. Because right now all we have is fear and prideless people. That's it. Ignorant people that will argue with you up and down that Obama saved black people. Ignorant, disgusting, ignorant as fuck. Argue you up and down. I fell out with my own sister over Obama. My own sister. I ain't talked to her his whole presidency. So that's been more than 8 years. My own sister. That's how sick and deep shit is out here. You talk to these black people about stuff, they liable to not even fuck with you no more. Over Obama. You know what I had to do? Not give a fuck. You know what I still do to this day? Not give one inkling piece of a fuck. I don't care. Because I know I wasn't wrong. Like, fuck Obama. His legacy. Fuck all that shit. Because all it did was further indoctrinate the mind of black folk. Now they believe that the country is fair. And if a black person run, you know, they can possibly win the presidency. Just on the strength. That's how sick black people are. Talk to them about their religion or anything. You gonna be done. You can't get any word in. You can't get any logic to to the minds of black folk. It's just they choose, and this what's so interesting is they'll choose either Obama, somebody they don't know, somebody that they don't have any family ties to. they'll choose him over you. You know them. You love them. You care about them. You're actually speaking up for them. That's why you get so frustrated when they won't listen to you. You love them, but they'll choose somebody they never even met over you. Somebody never even seen. Jesus, never even seen this motherfucker. They'll choose him over you. And you love him. That's why you get so mad. That's why you get so frustrated when they're not listening to what you're saying, when they won't even do the fucking research. They'll choose Jesus over you. And they ain't even never seen this motherfucker on TV. You never even had a sighting of this motherfucker. And they'll choose him over you. You gotta understand, this is the mind of the people. This is what's going on out here. And that's what makes it so hard for us to have, huge would be self-love, pro-black. That's what makes it hard to have really huge monumental movements, because black folks' minds is fucked. It's fucked. It's fucked. Y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all laughing at that Jesus shit. Y'all know I ain't lying. Jesus ain't never said a word to Negroes. Not once. Never said a word to them. And your family will turn their back on you, flesh and blood, for Jesus. And he ain't said nothing to them, not once. Ain't carried no groceries in the house for nothing. Cooked, cleaned, nothing. Ain't never did shit. Ain't never did a goddamn thing, but your family will disown your motherfucking ass over Jesus. It's tough. It's tough. But that's where black people are. And I want to end in saying this because I went over my time a little bit, y'all. And I want to say mad love to y'all for even watching me. We'll get back to that. What I want to say is that black people understand that this society will continue to be hypocritical. This society will continue to ignore its own people, to ignore its own savages, to ignore its own terrorists. It will continue to ignore that. But what we have to do as black people is at least speak out against the hypocrisy, try to educate people per the hypocrisy, and understand that ain't shit gonna change, ain't shit gonna move forward until the minds of the people change first. It doesn't matter if you're voting. It doesn't matter if you have your black politicians in place that we gonna call ourselves buying or paying for. That is bullshit. That's corruption. That's the definition of corruption, if it takes money for you to have somebody be humane towards people. Fuck that shit. Stop letting people shame you into voting, because we're doing a lot of shit out here right now that doesn't make any sense. Voting makes us about the same amount of sense as going to church on fucking every Sunday. Makes no sense. None of it does. But until we can get the mind of the people to change, until we can get people to look out here and see what's going on without calling me a conspiracy theorist, without calling me a fucking, like I'm crazy, like I'm tripping, like I'm too heavy, like the information is too much. Until the minds of the people change, nothing is going to change for black people. We will continue to be entertained by reality shows. We will continue to be entertained by us fighting on fucking videos, or, black couples at war with each other, the black men and black women at each other's throats. Nobody's giving a fuck about any of this. And all this shit is passing down to our children. And ain't nobody giving a fuck. Mad love, y'all. I really appreciate the love. Appreciate the people that's here. Appreciate the people that come every week. Appreciate the people that know what's going on, because I'm putting out here what's going on. Again, I'm going to put all the links to follow me everywhere. I'm going to put that in the comment section. I'm going to post that up actually right now, right after this video is over. I'll put that up in there. Shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what it is. I love y'all. Y'all take care of yourself till next week. Actually, I'm going to be making some more videos and putting them on the channel Breaker of Chains. So if you're not subscribed to that channel, that link will be in the description box, or not description box, but in the comments as well. So y'all go sub to that channel. I'll be putting some videos over there until fucking YouTube stops fucking me around, because I think YouTube know a little bit when people are on the right path and trying to wake people up. YouTube knows, and these fucking random ass coons or random ass coons. And you got both. You got one with C, you got one with 3 Ks. You're going to have white motherfuckers trying to hold you back. You're going to have fucking coons trying to hold you back. You shouldn't even be in a situation, but you are. And the reason that you're in that situation where your own people will be against you is because they shit fucked up. They shit's fucked up bad. Understand that. Mad love, everybody. I'll see y'all next week. I'm out.